On Sunday, VP Kamala Harris interrupted the BET Awards with a pretty cringeworthy cameo that looked like it was an appeal to young voters, but I think turned them off more than on.
No, Taraji. Now, you know I wouldn't do that, especially not to a fellow bison. The real, ain't you? You know.
In a 2-minute segment, which included a fake FaceTime call with host Taraji P. Henson, Kamala Harris kind of flung around slang and seemed to try to be cool and with it in a way that felt super unnatural and had a lot of people on Twitter criticizing her and calling her out for kind of pandering to younger voters.
I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets. And let me tell you, you're right, Taraji.
In the segment, she said, "Girl, I'm out here on the streets," in a reference to the campaign trail, and also referenced Kendrick Lamar in a pretty strained lyrical drop in the middle of it.
These extremists, as they say, they not like us.
They not.
And I think that more than anything, it seemed a little bit awkward and an attempt to reach young voters who have really been turned off by a campaign that seems to be marked by old age and concerns about Biden's candidacy. Young voters consistently say that that's their biggest issue with the current Democratic ticket. I don't think rolling out the VP and attempting to seem hip is really the answer to a campaign that's just been crippled by a lot of senior moments, especially in this last debate, which was a pretty bad show on Biden's part. Consistently, we've seen over the course of his presidency that he's hemorrhaging young voters, and I think it's pretty clear what the campaign strategy is here, to get out there to drop references to Kendrick Lamar to try to say, oh, well, just don't look at Biden, but here is Kamala and she is relatively young and with it. But I think more than anything, it seemed to be pretty pandering, speaking down to the audience, seemed forced and totally unnatural, and pretty much all the discourse on Twitter and on TikTok and on social media afterwards seemed to agree.